How did people figure out that you had attempted suicide? Was someone there to save you?
Yeah. So I had a two-bedroom apartment with a buddy that I'd gone to high school with. And I actually spoke with him minutes before I shot myself and acted like nothing was wrong. He wasn't home initially. I I, I thought that it would be more personal instead of leaving a suicide note to explain myself to my family. I was making a video where it was really the first time that I'd actually talked about any of the stuff that was going on between my ears. And I was addressing each of my family members, and he came home early from work, so I guess I paused the video and never finished it. I don't remember any of this either. This is has been filled in because like I said, I had a drinking problem. I was sober the night that I had held the gun to my head for the first time on the 27th, but this night I had drank for some liquid courage, and then between that and the brain injuries, I don't remember it. But I know that the video was never finished, so it's obvious that I paused it and he got home because I went out and talked to him. I just had a normal conversation with him like nothing was wrong. And I guess I wound up going back to my room, and shortly after he went back to his, because he was making dinner and doing dishes and stuff, after he finished up and went into his, then he heard the gun go off. So he actually thought that a pot or something had fallen out in the kitchen and came out to check because our rooms were set up so that it was his room on one side, common area with the kitchen and the living room in the middle, and my room on the other side. So he came out and saw that nothing was misplaced or had fallen and knocked on my door, and I didn't answer. And then he wound up coming in, and I was on my bed with a bullet hole in my forehead.
Dang. So ever since that day, have you never drinking alcohol since then?
I have struggled with it greatly since then. I'm over a little over a year sober now. My last drink was December 5th of 2023, but I actually didn't realize that I was an alcoholic. So as wild as that sounds, after recovering in the hospital and and getting back out on my own and stuff, all the alcoholism developed, or I kind of re-unleashed it. I think about a little over 2 years after I shot myself, but I struggled with it for about 2.5 years once I did, and it got worse than it ever had been before, to the point where at its worst, I was going on 2 or 3 day blackout benders, recovering for 2 or 3 days, and basically being hungover for that entirety of the 2 or 3 days, and then doing it all over again. It was horrendous, and yeah, I realistically, if I hadn't gotten sober, I mean, I don't think I would have drank myself to death yet, but I was definitely on my way towards drinking myself to death or doing something stupid while I was that drunk to the point where I died from that.
Yeah, you and I have so much in common, bro. I overcame addiction as well, although in my case it was soda. From the ages of 5 to 22 years of age, I was heavily addicted to soda to the point where my mind and body was depending on it. I just remember being in the convenience store in Estes, and the convenience store doesn't exist anymore, but it was called B&B. And I just remember being offered a Dr. Pepper can because I didn't sleep well the night before and I needed that energy level. So I drank it, and from then on, I was hooked. And I didn't realize until around 2007, and my parents didn't realize it as well until I threw a tantrum that I was a sodaholic by that point. And
Wow.
I just remember gaining weight and, eating more junk food over the
Well,
years.
yeah,
And
that's diabetes juice. Soda is diabetes juice for sure.
yep. And just
Yeah.
like what you said, if I didn't stop, I would be having diabetes by now because 5 years ago is when I quit. It's March 6th of 2020 is the day that I quit. It's almost been 5 years. And if I didn't quit, I would have gotten diabetes, but it would have been type 2. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that
Yeah.
would have heavily limited my ability to have any sweets going forward. You know what I mean?